Hi guys, Sagar from Alpha PTE, and this video is going to be about the listening test of IELTS examination, especially part 1, and how you can get 10 out of 10 in part 1 of the listening test. Let's dive into it. Listening test, as we all know, has 40 different questions divided in 4 different sections. Each section has a total of 10 questions, and by far, section 1 or part 1 is the easiest. So your target score for part 1 is nothing less than 10. You've got to make sure that you get all 10 questions correct, because as you progress in the test, in part 2, part 3, and part 4, questions will be more difficult, audio will be more faster, things that you have never heard before could pop in sometimes, but in part 1 it generally does not happen. It's the easiest because it is a social conversation, generally between two people, and talking about very basic things. It could be buying a ticket for a flight. It could be showing you around, for example, a restaurant, or it could be planning a dinner party. So these are very social stuff that we do speak about on a day-to-day basis, and that's why things are not that difficult in part 1 of listening test. However, you got to familiarize yourself with all the possible answers that have been playing again and again and again in the IELTS examination. A few examples. One definite example is spelling. There will be a question where a word will be spelled for you. So don't get shocked. Practice. That's why we've got thousands of questions for you guys on alphaielts.com to practice. So when you start practicing the spelling thing again and again, you get used to it. Again, there could be some questions related to numbers. It could be like 28 kilograms, 28.5 kilograms, or it could be price of something. It could be a place. They will definitely give you words like corner, avenue, street. These are common stuff on IELTS. On top of that, you should also be prepared about bullets and bullet points. So, for example, there's a table, good and bad, and there are a few blanks where you need to type in or write down some words. So, get ready for those kind of questions as well. All right. So this is something which is predictable. I'm not saying the exact answer and exact questions are predictable. What I'm trying to tell you is the type of answer is indeed predictable. So if you practice a lot on alphaielts.com, I'm pretty sure you will get very familiar with the part 1 of listening test, just like every other question of the whole examination, and you will get a very good score. So with a target score of 10 out of 10, let's get started, do one test, and see how it goes, all right? So I'm going to share the screen. Let's go to our alphaielts.com. Now we're going to practice one question for part 1. So let's say travel agency, all right? All right, so it has given me some time to look at questions 1 to 5. I want to make sure that I don't jump into other questions, stay focused on these 5 questions. So it's talking about price near, so some kind of landmark, holiday, hotel name, holiday something. So it has to be a word there. 5 days price include a free. It could be free, what, I don't know, a free 6th day. It could be can visit a museum nearby. It could be an art museum, agriculture museum. All right, they're doing an example.
Travel agency. What can I do for you?
Oh, good morning. My family and I intend to go on a vacation to Vancouver. And please help us reserve a hotel. The destination is Vancouver. So, Vancouver has been written in the slate.
What?
You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
All right.
What can I do for you?
Morning. My family and I intend to go on a vacation to Vancouver. And could you please help us reserve a hotel?
Sure, with pleasure. First, I'll take some notes down of your personal details. May I have your full name, please?
Anna Harding.
Hi, Anna. There is a hotel in Vancouver named Holiday Chilcotin, which is very popular with
Holiday, what was that? Chill. They'll spell it.
Chilcotin.
All right.
In the downtown area.
Near,
He prefers to stay in a quieter zone during vacation. Not too busy, you know.
No worries. Actually, it's 10 miles from the city center,
mhm.
near a train station.
Train station, okay.
Yeah.
Near a train station.
Well,
Price,
in that
yes.
case, I think a double room would suit you well.
Mhm.
Normally, it's $210. If you
Mhm.
make a reservation in advance, you can pay $169.
169, okay.
Sounds good. I'd like to book for 5 nights from
Mhm.
7th of June through to the 1st of July. Are still rooms available?
Let me check. Yes, they have some vacant
5
rooms.
days,
Would you like to book it now?
free something.
Question. Are any meals included in the price?
Meals.
Well, you need to pay separately for lunch and dinner, except the breakfast, which is provided from 7 to 9.
All right. Please
Mhm.
book it for me. Is there anything we can do near the hotel?
Yeah, it only
Mhm.
takes 10 minutes to walk to a science museum, operated by the city council.
Excellent. I think my husband will love it.
All right. So these are the 5 words.
Conversation. You have some time to look at questions 6 to 10.
All right. So now we're moving to 6 to 10. Should bring. All right. Should bring an umbrella. Should bring a cap. Can go. Can go, I don't know, mountain. What do you do? Can go for a trek. Can sleep in I don't know, in a lodge. Go hiking. Visitors can see das in the forest. I think it's plant or animal. Can also go on a trip to an old castle. I don't know, old house, something like that, a
Now
place.
listen. Is to recommend to us because we don't want to stay at a hotel all day.
Oh, yes. If you like to go cycling, there is a shop near
Cycling,
the hotel
okay.
where you can rent a bike.
Yeah.
Helmets are on sale,
Mhm.
but you'll have to take your own boots.
Boots. All right. Shoes.
I think I'll do that.
Also, it's a
Mountain
shop
climbing. All
if you
right.
like to go mountain climbing.
Mm-hmm.
The hotel prepares 2 trips to a nearby mountain. One trip starts at 9 in the morning, and the other one is at 2 in the afternoon each day.
All right.
Call reception to make a reservation, and
Mhm.
it's free of charge. But please be careful of fires.
Fire is banned, yes.
You can go fishing in the lake.
Fishing. All right.
A tent can be borrowed for a rest from the driver.
Oh, I can't wait.
All right. Tent. They can sleep in a tent.
If
All
you
right.
like some adventure, you can go hiking in the forest.
Okay. Let's go hiking.
See some black bears. Be careful.
Mm.
My God,
Black bears.
like to take risks while traveling.
One last thing.
All right.
Gold mine every afternoon.
Ancient, old. So gold mine.
Help.
You're more than welcome.
All right. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that difficult.
Check your answers.
All right. So you get some time to check your answers, like you can see. So this was spelled to us, so this should not be a problem. Train station sounds good. 169. Breakfast was free. Yes. Can visit a science museum. Make sure you check your spellings, guys, because that's where we make a lot of mistakes. Typos. Boots. Fishing. Tent. Black beers. Gold mine. So we need to make sure that we follow the instruction. 2 words. So that's it. We've got no more than 2 words. All good. All set. And we should be able to submit this and see what we get. 8.5 out of 9. All right, typos. I kept saying typos again and again, but we did make a mistake. Gold, Z-O-L-D. Now, this is a good lesson. I'm not going to do the video again, but this is a very, very, very good lesson for all of us. When you don't pay enough attention, you're going to slip. And when you slip, you're going to make mistakes and lose points. All right, so as we predicted from the answers during my conversation with you guys, I kept telling you be prepared for numbers like prices, weight of something, length, distance, kilometers, and stuff like that. Be prepared for one or two spellings. Be prepared for places like landmarks, streets, corners, avenues. Don't be surprised because you should be expecting such answers. Part one of listening test, guys, is very predictable. When you're overconfident, like what happened with us just now, you end up making a typo. But remember, you do get time to check your spellings. You do get time even at the end of the test, be it on paper-based or computer-based, to check your spellings. So this is the time you guys got to utilize very carefully. And a quick recap: to get full score on your part one of listening test, spellings have to be spot on. Difficult words will not be there. Those will be general words in general words, but you cannot be relaxed. You have to be spot on. You have to be careful, because just like the mistake we made with gold mine, there could be another mistake that you make on the exam day. So we wasted a point, right? We don't want to do that. And apart from that, practice is extremely important. You got to familiarize yourself with the types of questions and the types of answers that you get on the listening test of IELTS examination. Exactly, to give you the resources, we have thousands of questions lined up for you to practice. Make sure you go to alphaielts.com and start practicing for the real examination. If you need any help, if you want to watch any other types of videos, do let us know down in the comments, and we will come back to you guys with videos explaining you the solution to your problems. And until then, make sure you subscribe to our channels and social media handles so that you get all the latest updates on IELTS. Stay tuned, and I'll catch up with you guys very soon.